Oh, my bad. Welcome back to the Ace of Shade. Uncut conversations about life, love, and all that shit in between. This is your host, Shantis.
I'm Keisha.
And I'm Ashley. Ooh, man, I really had high hopes I wouldn't smell that bad. But y'all know what? The deodorant that I could use.
You put your arms up, huh?
Yeah, just to see if my new deodorant was holding. And it don't be holding me because...
I wish Ashley would stop with this deodorant shit and just
I
stick to
found one,
something.
but guess what? It ran out all over the world. So,
What?
I found a deodorant that I could use. It is it was a roll-on. It was gel-based. It was aloe vera juice and...
Oh, so just make
Just
it.
make your own.
Yeah, and I gotta
at
make
this
it.
point.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta make it. But who wants to go through all that? I want to buy
Well, you
it.
out there making chickpea
What?
patties. The fuck?
What's up
I
with
know
you
I keep
taking
doing
it
that.
down?
I can do that. And Ashley, honestly, yeah, if you can do that, you can make
I
a fucking
mean,
deodorant.
I'm just
because
saying,
the
you
shit
got
you
the,
said
you
was
got the
making-
time. I
The
don't,
shit you said you can make, you can
I
make
don't know
a fucking
much
deodorant.
about chickpeas, but I think you have to cook them to mash them.
No, you don't gotta cook.
Oh.
You just take them out of the can and mash it.
Oh, okay. And then you got to patty it up, and it was a
You just roll it and smash it and put it in there.
Okay, our last episode was vegan based, so we're not gonna go
Ashley
there, but-
made this shit. that
I
she
be
thought
making
was
a
good.
lot of stuff from scratch.
Oh, you should do a
Okay?
cookbook.
But if
virtual.
she's doing all of
Shit.
that,
Nah.
Yeah, let me get
all
that.
these
Get that profit.
substitutes and all this vegan shit, she can make some fucking deodorant.
Yeah,
okay,
correct,
that's all I'm
correct.
saying.
And y'all know it because if I make this deodorant successful, then I can sell it to everybody that's looking for it because
Exactly.
Exact.
There's a demand for it.
it is. I mean, it was the best. Did TikTok get a hold to it? Because where my deodorant? Now I'm tired of being musty. I'm sorry. Go ahead. This ain't.
Oh, they probably did because that's probably why I saw that one. World.
I know it was this wine I had been drinking, and then TikTok put it out there.
Was it Taylor Port?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's still there. Y'all don't see it in the store?
I saw
No.
it in the store.
Oh, go to my favorite liquor store. My favorite liquor store.
see, now you gonna
Oh, no
tell everybody
problem.
so they can
Yeah.
buy it.
No, don't worry about that.
Yeah, I was like, hey, go to.
No.
They
Just
do.
tell
They
I don't
just
care.
because
They
it's
like,
right
oh,
there,
where?
it's still be cheap.
Just tell I
I
don't
know
care.
everybody kept talking about it, and I said I kept forgetting every time I went to the store, and then I finally remembered because somebody I knew was like talking about it, and that shit.
They
It's
said it was
busting.
potent. Yeah.
It's
It is,
potent
yeah.
and it's busting and it's really good.
Yeah, it's
And it's
good.
cheap.
I
It
know
don't
it's
taste
good.
like it's.
I was
that
drinking
much
it.
alcohol.
Guess what?
Yeah,
Have
you
y'all
know
bought
Keisha
eggs?
don't drink much, y'all.
You bought eggs? How much you pay for your eggs?
Too damn much. I get the 6-pack because I try to get them the 6-pack. So
That
I
was $2.99.
I ate six eggs in one day.
Oh no, I don't really like
Well,
eggs like
I
that, so
love
I just eat
eggs.
it for breakfast.
I
But
love
I
eggs.
paid $3.99 for the carton eggs.
I eat a whole bunch of eggs.
were they on sale? You said
Wait,
a carton.
how
How
much?
many
I
in the
mean,
carton?
12.
Oh, that's
Oh.
not bad.
Is it? Oh.
$3.99
That's not
ain't
bad. Not the price.
When it was
going on now.
$169.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
well,
but
actually,
$3.99
that's
be.
still not
You
bad.
see the damn prices? It should be like
Where you pay that? Oh,
$12.
don't tell people because they'll go there.
Yeah. Sorry.
Just tell us on camera.
Yeah. and yes, we're goddamn gatekeepers.
Just so we're clear. Exactly.
Let me get my eggs before y'all get your eggs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cause I'll tell you the liquor
Liquor
store.
store.
Hell, if you let me know, I'll get you some when I go there.
Okay.
Okay. I just went, so maybe
It'll be a
sometime this
minute. Okay.
week. You never know. All right, guys. So, I heard this somewhere, and it was a real discussion. So I wanted to just know you guys feel about it.
You guys fake ones.
Some people have
People are weird
superficial
these
or-
days. You just never know.
Weird. We just keep saying that people are weird.
Weird.
Oh. Weird. They're just weird.
Just never know.
Okay. So, would you rather marry and have kids when you're 21? I say specific ages, not young and old, just because think of your life at 21 and then think of your life at 35, because these are the ages that we came up with, that they came up with. Rather, it wasn't a we thing. We weren't together.
Thank you for clarifying.
But yeah, what age would you rather marry and have kids? Like, would it be 21? Like, if you had a choice, like if you could go back, knowing what you know now in life, if you could go back, what age would you marry? Well, answer that first,
I would marry it.
because you can get it over early, but and then have you the rest of it. But then you could, I don't know. It's
I'd
different.
marry at 30.
Then more. Okay.
30, 31. I would definitely marry in my 30s.
I agree.
Because who I am at 30 is not who I was at 20. I
And we're
didn't
talking
know
about
who I
kids
was.
too.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
had moved. Like, I
Okay.
would really rather get married at 35. Hell, even 40 probably. But
Oh, wow.
I don't want to have kids that late. So
Exactly.
that's why
They
I
go
pushed
hand in
it
hand
up.
in this
Yeah.
situation.
So I would say 30, 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why you
I could have married earlier. I would prefer to marry in my 30s, but I would have.
You are 30.
Yeah,
You're 30,
I'm saying, like, if I had the choice between my 20s and my 30s, I would prefer to always be married in my 30s. I could have been a mother. Being a mother, I would say now, like right now,
Extra, please.
because it's like so much stuff that you didn't know, like that. Like in our 20s, we just didn't pay attention to stuff, like
Mhm.
having a doula just to advocate for you at a hospital.
Right.
Mhm.
I ran across TikTok and found like nighttime nannies. And like their whole objective is to come and sit with your kid at night so you can fucking go to sleep. And I think that's the best freaking invention ever. And I'm like, I'm here for it. And like, you don't have to be the broke down, ran down mama with breast milk hanging out the side of and the kid hanging off your nipple, because you can literally hire a nighttime nanny, so you can sleep and be a productive human being and like love your baby. I think that would really help decrease a lot of postpartum. I think a lot of postpartum happens due to, like, especially if it's your first kid, you gotta think like you went through life as you, and then all of a sudden you got this human and it needs
Mhm.
you all the time, and you're like, it's like a shift in worlds. Like, it's not me, and I'm wrapping my head around the fact that it's not me. You're crying. I'm trying to guess what a need is. I'm tired. My titties is chapped up because I'm trying to learn how to breastfeed.
And then you won't have.
Then your coochie
latch
might
anyway.
right, your coochie might be bleeding or your stomach cut open and you can't lift shit, but you gotta lift the car seat. Like, it's a lot of traumatic shit happening
Mhm.
in childbirth.
It really is.
And it's just like, I think if you had to take off some of the load, it would help a lot. Like sleep, getting some sleep. Well, at this point, you fucking sleep deprived, and we would expect you to be your best self.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
And some
sister
people
like
have
had
good
a
experiences,
breakdown.
great experiences. And some people, it is a lot.
Yeah, she had a breakdown because she didn't get sleep one night, and she was like, "Yeah, girl, hey, welcome to the world." But yeah, definitely having kids in a later age. Here's why I had 3 C-sections, because my first child didn't need to be a C-section. But all I know is get the baby out. You say we can go. It's go time. Oh, let's go. Whatever that look.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Like, people back then, they rarely had them. Now people schedule their C-section. Like,
Yeah.
all right, let's
I'm
schedule.
gonna be out of town in 2
Baby
weeks.
out.
Let's do it.
Let me look at my calendar and see what I have
It
available.
costs
Like,
more
it's so
money,
crazy.
and it's easier as far as
What's
the
easier?
doctors are concerned. Like, I can just go cut you
Oh,
up
so
and
is it-
get
yeah.
it out.
I think it's easier for them, but I
Yeah,
think
and a
the
lot of
healing
doctors push
process-
it, but women aren't educated, so they
And they're
just
like,
go for it.
no.
Some
Now
people just go for it.
we are starting to
Mhm.
be more educated about
Mhm.
knowing that, okay, so why am I getting this? At what, and if you say I need this, at what point do I no longer have a decision that I'm going to put my baby in danger?
Yeah.
So they're starting to ask those type of questions, which
and
I really
even
wish I
about
would've
like your healing process, like how would like taking herbal baths is, tie your coochie bag, you know what I'm saying? Like wrapping your stomach up to push the uterus, and, it's like when you're in your 20s, people are like, oh, they forget to tell you that because they're like, oh, you'll bounce back, like you'll snap back, and I'm like,
snap back. Well, I ain't seen that body yet. Okay, baby, that body is long.
And
Like
they
the
just-
C-section. Like,
yeah, and they just
and some people do snap it. Well, C-section is a difference from
I've seen people snap back
vaginal,
on the
yeah.
C-section.
And it just depends. It just depends on your body type.
Yeah.
Like some people just they didn't even got to do much work to snap back.
And you
It's
know,
like,
I wasn't very
back to nobody.
educated about nutrition either, because
Mhm.
y'all, I was eating whole pizzas, drinking 2 liters and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
wonder why you got high blood pressure with your first child. Look what the hell you eating. Like, I just wasn't really like. None of
Yeah.
I just thought you were supposed to eat.
Yeah.
You know, like
The
I
baby
did whatever I
want food,
want.
right? Everybody, yeah, I'm
So
supposed to be
just
a baby.
eat,
What do you
like-
mean?
I just feel like I would be right now. I'm in a better place to be somebody's mother.
I
Mhm.
definitely
Like
like
even emotionally, just in a better place.
emotionally, financially, like
Yeah,
physically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
y'all rather have them in your 30s
absolutely. I even say
and still be an
29.
older mother. Oh, okay.
Well, 29
I
is-
said,
21.
here's the question. I said 21 or 35.
oh, I wouldn't have a baby at 35.
Well, shit. Keisha, me.
I feel like I'm in the
But no,
best.
that's
I
just
feel like
nonsense.
21. I mean, I don't.
Married and have kids. Let's not forget the married part.
Oh.
Married and have children.
No.
At 21
No.
or 35.
But you know, I take that back because now that I said that because of like they say don't have a baby after 35 and all these health problems, but women is pushing out babies at 50, baby. So times have changed.
But they are having babies older. Like a lot of women.
I've seen a lot of women
late
30s and 40s.
Late 30s and 40.
Which I will
40s.
say is very hopeful because the world makes you feel like if you haven't had a kid by 35, it's over and done with. Like
they do. That's why
your pregnancy is literally geriatric
and you have a high risk.
I kind of feel like they're going
35.
to move that number eventually in a few years. I think they're going to
So
move
now,
that number.
you know, we're
I don't think so. I think they're still going to be cautious at that age because at that age, certain things happen to your body medically. Like, I don't know, like certain stuff starts to get up in there. And they're like, oh, okay, that could be detrimental to
your
the baby.
egg. You produce like,
so
you only need one egg.
Okay.
You know what? I asked my OB because when I was getting ready to turn 35, I was like, hey, I'm like getting there. Like, do you think I should like freeze my eggs? Like, what are your thoughts? She said, I think you're asking the wrong person because I had my kid at 40.
My OB did too.
Yeah, and she was like, my mother had me at 40, and I was like, that's uncommon back in her day, you know, like in our mother's day.
Yeah.
And she said, so I come from a long line of women who've had kids in their 40s. So she said, I'm telling you, it's possible, but if you feel like you want to, and she's like, we could talk about those options, but she's like, I'm telling you, your egg's still working 40. You're fine. I was like, oh, okay, well, as long as you think I'm
40, 42, 45. Tonight's friend is 45, and I think she's pregnant. Yeah, so
I'm here for it. I mean, at 21,
I had a baby at 21.
I was living my best.
I'm just happy he made it.
Life.
Okay, I'm just good. Listen, me as a mama at 21. I shouldn't have been nobody's mama. I had no business being anybody's mother at 21. I still needed my mother. Like, come on. That was
God.
And that's the thing, like, I don't think I would have been a bad parent. I just think like the lack of knowledge that I would have had at 21. Well, that's honest.
I wasn't.
But I mean,
my baby made it on a hope and a prayer. I ain't gonna lie to you.
and
I'm just saying,
out. Like everybody doesn't have their, you figure it out. And you just.
What about you? 21 or 35?
She said, I hear you. But what about you?
Yeah.
What's the question?
You asked us. What do you mean?
What?
That's crazy. I asked y'all, but I hadn't thought about it.
Well, but here we are.
Yeah, I would say 35. I would say 35. Yeah. Cause I've lived.
Yeah, we ran them
I've
streets,
done
baby. Ain't gonna tell you no kind of lie about it.
Actually, I didn't run the streets. I was in the church, praying night and day.
Are we talking about shit? I just want to know. We talking about you.
I was gonna say, was that at your aunt church when you? That was at April church. We should visit in the summer.
Okay, Keisha. Enough is enough.
Pastor
Okay.
Appreciation Month. Family and Friends Day.
Yesterday you came to pray.
Yeah, that's it. She came to church and prayed. No judgment, no judgment. I'm sorry. So 35 for married and mom.
Married and mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I had to experience because we're 35 now, guys. Just so happens like
I
the
keep
people
forgetting
that asked me
that.
questions, I didn't say they were 35 yet, but yeah, I think they were like 30 still, but not 35 yet. Yeah, I think I would want to know what I know now. I think I would want to go through the relationships I've gone through and learned.
Who
how
not
to
to
become
pick.
a better person and who not to pick.
Become a
And
better
just become
person.
a better person. Yeah, just period. By myself and be good with myself. So yeah, I guess 35.
Are you guys
Even though I'd be an old parent.
Are you guys
older
afraid about
parent.
getting older? Like, how y'all feel about getting older? Because we getting up there, y'all. We about to be.
The only thing that makes me nervous is the kids. Like my biological clock. But like as far as like aging, other than that,
What about you?
No, I don't have any. I don't have any like super concerns. One of the concerns I do have is that you know how you thought you were going to be a certain place by a certain age, like either just financially. I feel like the fuck.
I hear your late 40s. I mean your late 30s and your 40s.
Money
Well, I'm
good
terrified.
years.
Yeah, like where you figure it out.
Terrified.
I think it's because you got into a better job because all the older people left and you get to move up.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
Sure.
Because I don't think I'm poor with money management. Like money management is not an issue. It's just I don't have enough of it.
Yeah, I don't have enough.
Yeah, like I tell
I'm
it,
not great. With
I
money
tell it where to
management,
go.
but
Like,
I don't have enough.
should
of
I
it.
not order an extra Amazon thing? Yeah, but I mean, I work hard.
Yeah.
I need a gift,
right? Because who wants to just work
and pay all your
and pay
bills, and then have nothing to show for it? So I'm
nah, I ain't the life I'm trying to
yeah.
live.
So I feel like I know where my money's going. I know where to tell it to go. I know how to save, but I just ain't got enough of it. Like the house, the type of house I thought I was gonna be in 40, the type of child.
Well, you know, everything's gonna work out.
Well, I'm terrified because I feel like as I get older, my parents get older, and those that I love and grow with, they're going to be living.
All of that is true.
So that's what terrifies me. The reality of that. Like, I feel like that's approaching.
Yeah. I'm an emotional person, so yeah, I get sad about that. That's the conversation that I was talking about me and my mom had.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what we was watching. Probably some movie or something. What's the movie where I don't know, one of the movies where they were getting an electric chair, right? Or whatever in prison.
The Green Mile?
Yeah, I think it was
Damn,
the
y'all
Green
was
Mile?
watching
With
that?
the black
We
guy?
weren't even really watching it. I kind of like, yeah, you know, the Green Mile. But was it that one? Because there's a lot of movies where they get an electric chair. I think it was the Green Mile though. And I ain't watch it with her. She watched all kind of old stuff over and over again. But I think I just came in and I was like, I made a comment about like all the crying and all that stuff. And then she was like, you wouldn't be crying and all that when you ready to die. I'm like, well, it kind of sucks how they die. I was like, now, you know, it's an easier way.
Injection.
You don't have to shock, you know, shot to death. But I'm like, she's like, but still, you're not scared to die. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. I said, I do fear like how y'all would feel like the people that are left here to live life without you suffer the most. But me myself, no. I said I'm not. She's like, that's just crazy. And I'm like, no, I don't think it's crazy. I'm like, yes. So I said I'm scared for you to die because if you die, then I'm gonna be the one left here, you know, without you. But I'm like, me myself, and I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't want to see that for you, but me myself, I'm not scared to go. Like I said, Mom, everybody's got to die. Like we all have
Expiration date.
Yeah.
expiration date. Like
Yeah.
it's, and she just wasn't okay with that, and it's okay because most people aren't okay with that. But I was just like, it's gonna happen. Like that's when we start talking about these things.
A lot of black people
getting
don't
stuff in
want
order.
to talk about these things.
My
and
mother
then that
has-
turned into actually that we talked about. We had a funeral for my dog, and we started talking about how, you know, we want to be. Everybody went around and told how they wanted to be. All of us wanted to be cremated. My mom and all of her kids. We all want to be cremated. I think we all had the other than my sister, and we all had the same type of idea. Like we don't want to be like just in the ground. And we don't want people to have to come visit us, like, and spend your life doing that. Like, just put us where we want to be, where we love or whatever. My sister, however, wants to be a tree, so she still wants people to come visit her, but just in the tree. But she still wants to be cremated. But I was like, yeah, you know, we had like a real conversation about it, and I was just like, I was like, so you want us to come visit the damn tree? I said.
You don't gotta come visit it, but
I said she said yes, and I said, can we draw on the tree or something? Like, can we write on the tree? Like, can we carve it? She's like, can we carve it? I said, yeah. She said, no, not when I'm a young tree. No, it takes a long time for a tree. Girl, let your kids do it because we're not trying to do that. I'm done. This is too much. Let your kids do it because I want to be just like my kid. Let your kids do it then. Because you asking for too much. At this point, we might well just put you in the ground. I will hunt everybody in here. Like, oh my God. But all of us agreed that we just wanted to be cremated and we don't want to sit in no urn. We was like, you can put us in jewelry if you want, you know, a piece for you or whatever. But me and my mom love the water. We want to be put in the water. My brother We came up with the idea of a book. Like he literally loves book. Like turn them into pages. I was like, man, I'm trying to read up on it. I don't know if they have that yet, but if they don't, we can just get a book kind of thing and put you somewhere like a little book urn or whatever. He was like, I don't care. Just one of my favorite things. Brown said, can we put you in a PlayStation? I said, okay, Brown. You take
She been petty.
That was me.
You're taking it too far. But Brown wants to be a tree, so she still wants to come visit the tree. Either way, but we had a conversation about it. So I don't know. But either way, I'm okay with
getting
okay
older and passing away. And yeah. My mother came
I mean, I'm
over
so
with
okay
me.
with it now also because I don't have living kids. So
That probably would change.
I know that would definitely change if I had a living child.
Because then you wouldn't want to leave them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If I had to pass away right now, I would feel some type of way about it because I mean, like I'm not afraid, but mad because I'm like, damn, like I had a whole agenda here to like plan, do shit, and you just taking me. So that's what I would be upset about the most.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Oh, don't look at me.
Right. She looking at me like I don't want to go. All right.
Well, she already told us she was afraid.
Yeah, she did say that.
But are you afraid? Because you're afraid of. Oh, you said why?
The unknown.
The unknown, and then.
But as I get into like, this whole spiritual situation, fear is kind of easing off. As I set my mind on something and explanations and reasons, it's like, all right.
The reasons that
Remember there was a time when I used to get talked about for singing songs? Now they sing them. Okay, now. I barked. Yes, I did. It was terrible. Sorry.
I don't know.
Shantis, you know what? I haven't brought this up in
because
years. Shantis knows.
She brought it up on the podcast. Just about a year.
I have not brought it up in years.
You brought it up on the podcast, actually.
But I haven't brought it up in years. So let's talk about Shantis back in the day. Being at Keisha house. It's been years. Did I say it last
year? She likes to talk about it.
I told you I would
I've
never
heard this story about.
And you can never live this down.
We're only 35. And I've heard the story about 55.
It doesn't matter.
Everybody knows us.
Just like Shantis did. We got new followers and new listeners. Just like Shantis.
And need to go back and listen to our episode.
Keisha's birthday party.
Exactly.
She had these headphones on and she was singing her heart out. And
it wasn't Keisha's birthday party. We just kicking it in Keisha's house.
It wasn't your birthday?
It was just a random day.
Whatever, we was at Keisha's house and she had those headphones on and she was singing in front of this tape player and she was singing her heart out and it sounded horrible.
Whoa.
And I said, oh my gosh, I'll never let you live this down.
And
y'all want to know the song?
And she has to.
What was the song?
Love is Blind.
I think she was rapping.
I was rapping and singing, because she kind of rapping. Yeah. So.
Damn.
Yeah. Y'all couldn't tell me I wasn't singing that song.
It's your funeral to say that story.
If anybody would have told
me. In my
me.
funeral, if you say that story, I'm going to hunt you.
And I'm going to wake up and be like, damn, Shanti, that you heard me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to torment you.
Oh, that would be the last time I could tell.
Do y'all think that Eve would have ever imagined herself being like Rough Rider Eve with
my God,
with the life she has now?
I know. I'm thinking about that. I don't know why she popped up in my head. I'm thinking about like how it's just crazy.
But she seems like she fits in very well with the life she has now.
Very well,
because it's peaceful.
It's crazy.
But yeah, well,
it is. Well, yeah.
It was
Rider.
It's a soft life. She got tired of
Give me a soft life.
You know what?
I'm tired of this.
The more I try to say soft life, the harder the life gets, and I'm just like, at this point, maybe I just need a medium life.
Medium. You know what? Just give me the medium one. Take a little bit of it off. Add a little bit back and give me that.
Because I feel like I be fighting with the universe. Like, I'm like, okay, because, I've been into, of course, always self-bettering, meditating, and, manifesting. And it's like, the woman you desire to be, Keisha, what does that life look like? And, of course, it's soft, like, a pleasant job where, COVID for me, my job was ideal. Like,
of course.
Everybody's job was ideal. Well, not everybody.
But it made me,
not my job.
I was so
shit, but I was at home.
I was so much happier. Like I felt like I was in like just a very good space because you wasn't barred. Like I would go into work, 4 or 5 days a week, but for 4 hours, and I would come home and have time to do stuff, and it wasn't dark when I did it, or it wasn't late, and I'm trying to rush to get to shit before they close. Like, it was peaceful.
It was a good break.
It was a good break. And now
you had a taste of that. That's what you.
And because we didn't know, like I said this all the time, like before COVID happened, we literally was living life like pre-COVID. Like we worked all the time, people 40 hours, 50, 60 hours a week. We only took off when we only had breaks when we took off, or unless you work a government job and they give you a day. But that was it. Like if you didn't take no vacation time, you was only getting a 3-day weekend. That shit is wild to me. Yeah.
The world ran us. It was just chaotic. I feel like COVID, though, it was sad for some. It just made the world stop and start to appreciate life.
I think it did in that moment.
COVID made me more depressed than I was.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Dang, absolutely.
I can believe that.
Absolutely, as it did a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like work, I would say the only thing is at first I didn't even like being at home. I was like, what the hell is this? I'm here by myself. I can't talk to people. What the fuck? Like I can't reach.
There was a grieving process of like
can't reach nobody. Like I'm just at home by myself all day. And then I got to the point where I was like, ooh, this is nice. Just waking up, rolling out of bed. Like, I can make me drinks. I can cook me something to eat. Whatever. Like, I'm just at the house already. I can run errands on whatever. Like, it just became ideal. And then I realized it was making me lazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's when I wanted to get back out and go to the office, which I'm okay with now. But it did make me more depressed, because I was already depressed. But like just sitting in your feeling, like I'm just here by myself, just sitting in it.
Do you think if you would
have thinking about the world and where we were and like?
Do you think you would have, if you would have had a partner, you would have felt as depressed?
You wouldn't have.
No.
Okay.
It probably like, dang, I get to spend more time with my partner. Mm-hmm. It would have helped. Yeah, us to bond more.
Exactly that's what it did for me.
People were making babies and all kind of stuff.
There was a lot of COVID babies.
Yeah, so it would have been way different.
That's when I started cooking stuff from scratch. And then my kids was like, Mommy, school's in, COVID's over. This is over. This is over. We're not doing this. Like that's when we started eating healthier. We started going to actual farms and getting fruits and vegetables. And, but
that's when I gained weight because I wasn't doing anything but sit down. Eating unhealthy stuff.
Well, I had lost weight, but that's because I had COVID.
Okay.
And I couldn't taste or smell for 7 months.
Is that back now?
Yeah, it's back. Like I woke up one day, I got so used to shit just not being right that you woke up. I was like, wait a minute, when did you come back, friend? And then I gained some weight back.
A friend.
Yes.
I had iridology. Iridology is either iridology or iridology is where they look at your eyes, literally just your eyes, and tell you about your life, health wise. What has gone on with you, what's still going on with you, what can help clear certain conditions, whatever. So somebody had put me onto it. They had told me they had it, and they was like, they knew stuff like I was preemie. I had a bad relationship with my dad.
From your eyes?
From your fucking eyes. They take pictures of your eye. Okay, yeah. So this is what you tell me. I'm like, it's blowing my mind. She said, same thing happened when somebody told me about it. It blew my mind. So I'm like, okay. She's like, I got her information or whatever. So
what kind of doctors is?
I done booked the iridology. You know, one of those holistic.
Okay.
Holistic doctors. So I had it done. She just takes like a lot of pictures of your eyes, and then once she gets those pictures, then she puts it on the screen, and then she gives you a chart that says, she's like, I'm not making this up. You got the chart, and it tell you what each part of the eye tells you about whatever. Now, of course, she knows how to read it, but it tells you like this reads what's going on here. This reads what's going on. Okay, so you follow her on the chart, and she tells you. Told me about a miscarriage. Told me about a DNC. Told me I have a lot of emotional stress. A lot. She just kept saying like different part of my eyes. She was like, "You have a lot of emotions." Oh, there it is again. Like it just kept showing up in different places. like back to anything I've had, you've had COVID, right? Okay, yeah. So how are you feeling? Are you still like having like a cough? And I'm like, every now and yeah, that's still, whatever. You're not 100% back from COVID. I'm like, well, even with COVID, I only had these, well, still there, this and that. Like natural ways to heal your body gives you all these herbs and, vitamins and all these kind of things. A list of whatever. And she said, yeah, the doctor say this or whatever. But this is how, whatever you can, but just a rundown of when you were born. And then even some stuff you kind of iffy about, you like, when she goes through, she tells you like, this is that, right? And you just confirm or deny. And then once she's done with the whole reading, everything, then you can go into further explanation like, okay, so tell me more about this. Okay, that explains this or whatever. But yeah, and like some of the stuff she's just like, well, just ask your mom because
it's probably happened or
yeah,
will happen.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe
Crazy.
it. There's
Crazy.
a book that
Crazy.
and like a therapeutic, holistic therapeutic point where it says the body keeps the score. So like even like you getting pregnant, how a person got pregnant, the type of emotions they felt when the kid was in the womb, like did you like your baby daddy? Was y'all beefing all the time? And like how the kid, like even if they had a traumatic childbirth up until like your age now, your body is all those traumas are stashed somewhere in your body. So like a lot of the muscle aches and the pains that people feel is usually ignited from their past traumas. And there's actually somebody who goes in and like works them out, and people are like releasing through like crying or screaming because and what happens is they'll ask you what memory or emotion popped up when that happened, and that's usually what's attached to that particular sector of the body.
The same girl that told me about the iridology or iridology, whatever. She had acupuncture before she had this, and she said even that person was telling her like, "Oh, your fallopian tubes are blocked, or you have a blockage, or whatever." And she said she ain't even talking about nothing. Like, just say what it's for. Like, just give me my acupuncture. Like, okay, hold on 1 second. And so they did something right. Did a little whatever. Okay, it's clear now. You're good. Went to the doctor. Clear. I said, this is.
I love
blows
it.
my mind.
I love holistic.
It blows my mind.
Remedies.
Yeah. It blows my mind.
And like you talk about it to some people, they feel like it's witchcraft.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's so annoying. But
that's so annoying.
I don't really understand at what point. I had tried to look up in the Bible about numerology and witchcraft, and I'm not finding where I'm not seeing where there's a problem.
What do you mean?
Like, right. To be like, you ain't, God said you ain't supposed to do that, and it's in the Bible. And I'm like, I checked it, and I didn't interpret it that way, so I just have a hard time with people telling me what is what, and then I go and try to research it for myself. I'm like, I don't quite think that's what he meant by that. So
because the Bible is a parable, and
it is.
People have created their own assumptions.
Yeah, and so even we talked about this before, taking scriptures out of context, baby. You got to read them before and after. And what was they talking about? You just dissecting, and then you giving me this whole that ain't even what it's about. Like, come on. I think they call us New Age Christians. I'll be that because I'm seeking truth, not how you feel. Like that's not gonna work for me. It's not.
I don't know. I think we spend so much time on religion that
you're missing the point. You're missing the relationship and the connection.
Yeah.
It's like
a lady I work with, she was like, do you go to church? I said, not anymore. And she was like, oh, I was gonna ask you if you want to go to like Woman Evolve, and I was like,
get somebody else to do it.
Yeah, not that I think it's bad. That's not it. I'm just in a different place spiritually. And I'm not saying I couldn't get anything from it or that it would be bad. It was just that like I'm more on like the holistic herb meditation, like pray, like internal worship, not necessarily group worship, if that makes sense. And so
corporate worship.
Yeah, basically. But then
because you've had that journey.
Exactly. I've done that journey, and I wasn't even rude about it. I said, no, not anymore. And I didn't even tell her why. Yeah, I just let her finish talking. And she's like, well, I asked a group of friends. She said, well, I was going to ask you if you want to go to Woman Evolve. And I kind of didn't say no or yes. I just kind of let her keep going with her story. And she was just like, well, I asked a group of my friends if they wanted to go. And they was like, girl, Pastor don't want us missing church. I said, but it is church. And she's like, well, my pastor has this thing where he said, be mindful of the cup that you drink of and where you get your information from. And she's like, I know that, my first lady would come to me like, I heard that you were going this way. I said, girl, like, I wasn't even going to go here. But that right there is the reason why I do not.
Exactly.
I said, it's the mindset of people who are hindered. Like, it's not the religion, it's the church. Mm-hmm. It's the congregation of people. And I know we say, well, everybody got their flaws. It's not your flaw that I have problems. If you come to church as an alcoholic, drug dealer, recovering, whatever, I don't give a fuck. That's not you. I want you there. Mm-hmm. Okay? My issue is when you take people like that who feed information and for their own gain. Anybody who tells you be mindful of where you get your worship from. And I'm not saying we all like common sense wise, just be mindful of the information that you intake in your body.
Of course.
But outside of that, to prevent people from going out and experiencing the word of God through other people and other places, that's selfish. And you got a personal agenda set for you. And there's a lot of people out there like that. And I was like, and I don't have to even ask people about their church. When they start talking like that, I'm like, I already know. I already know what your church like. I don't have to go. It ain't the people there. It started with your leader. So I know the people there. And I'm like, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Why you can't go back to your church?
I'm not in that place to go back to my church. My church was not a bad church. He did the word good. I just don't think congregation wise, I don't think the church is where I wanted to be. Like I've experienced white churches. And even when you see them on TV, the amount of money, how lucrative they are. Black people have a history of taking God's word and letting it bind them. And you look at white churches, I've never seen a poor white church. I've never been to a white church. I've been to several. I've never been to a white church and heard them begging for money. Building fund, a scholarship fund. Like, it's like white people treat church like a business. We come here, we learn information, whether it be how to manage money. They have like financial classes. They have parenting classes. They have grief counseling. They have therapy at their church. It's like a business. It's a community of people, and they do it within their church. Black people always begging for some money. We got to fix the sign. We need the air, and it's like we're bound by. And my thing is if we got to get a word, and then we got to get a word about giving. And I'm like, bro, we already got the word. And I'm like,
bro, that giving part.
The church is broke because their people are broke.
It's not even that. Okay, even if you took the word and applied it, and I was a tither, so I can say this. I never needed and wanted for anything. I never lacked. So if anybody's questioning tithing doesn't work, or you're talking to somebody who used to go to church, I'm telling you, it works. You're never without. But two, it has a lot to do with your mindset, because the word says, if you tithe, you will not lack. It tells you that. So if you strongly go in and believe that, it could be the word, it could be you giving. But when you give, you open up the windows to give back to you. That's just life in general. Outside of the word, this is the whole spiritual realm. But I'm just saying, like, why it's not because the people don't have no money, because even if you had $1 and you only gave 10 cents, that's your tithe. So you're still supposed to be blessed, correct? That's what the word. That's what the word says. Correct. It's just like, I don't understand, and maybe black churches can tell me why we're so poor. But you know what? You ain't gotta tell me. I know why. Yeah, because we don't educate. Yeah, it's not you're hitting me upside the head with the word, and I'm not there yet. I don't believe that. When it's hard for me to give you 10% when my whole check covered my rent. I don't have that in my head. I'm thinking I don't have that 10%. And instead of educating you on how to get more money, how to be an entrepreneur, how to do this, how to get that extra, even if you got some extra money on the side to help cover the rent while you gave your tithe. We don't do that. We're asking people to give their SSI checks, and I'm like, bro, these people are already on a fixed income. Like, eggs don't went up, rent don't went up, and I'm asking you to give me $70.
Give it SSI checks.
$700. Like, it's hard for somebody to fathom that shit. It really is, because I have not educated you on how to properly handle money. White people have their affairs in order. They network in their churches. They network.
Okay.
They network in their churches. They have daycares running out of their churches. It is a community that you can get everything right there in the house. We out here arguing about is you say the universe and people mad because you didn't say God. You say you burn sage, they tripping because it's sage and that's not holy. But
because the Bible say show me.
But you use holy oil that's literally olive oil that you prayed over. It's like, bro, we too busy arguing about stupid shit. I've never heard a white person get on arguing about sage and incense. I just haven't. It's like black people are priority. We get so bound by the word that it literally handicaps us. And that's so tragic. It's so tragic. So I don't even know what the question was originally, but that's how I got there.
Me neither.
Neither.
I don't know, but I think you just asked me why I wouldn't go back to mine. I just
was it.
I just think I'm in a different place.
So would you go back to a church?
Would I go to experience a church? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. I would go to church if they had a church that fit my need.
I agree. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Like I'm more on just a spiritual.
You care more about the relationship than the mess. Like it ain't even about all the semantics. Like everybody wanna dress nice and wanna do this and I gotta be this.
I realized why I had stopped wearing dresses because I don't have a booty, but I got thick thighs. And so I guess
you stopped wearing dresses?
Well, I had stopped wearing dresses at that time. Yeah.
Oh.
Because I got thick thighs and I'm a plump. So, it ain't long at the knees. It's hard to find a dress long at the knees, like every day you're a teenage girl. Like, they ain't just making long ass dresses for teenage girls. Every time you go, it's, why you didn't wear stockings? Or do you have a slip? Or your dress is too short? And I'm like,
they said that to you?
Everybody said it. And at that point, I was like, bro, fucking forget it. I'm just wearing pants. Like, I wear dress pants and a shirt. Then I go to my auntie church.
That's wild.
And she's like, it would be nice if you wore a dress. But as soon as I wear a dress, it's too fucking short. And I'm like, who the fuck had time? The fact that y'all can't focus on the word because y'all too busy worried about the fuck I got on is like mind-boggling to me. Like, you sat in church all day and wanted to tell me to wear a dress. And then you gotta sit a certain way and you can't open your leg and then you gotta put a sheet over your leg. Bro, who the fuck got time for that?
Like you dressing like a strip club, like you got a BBL
and that's all I'm saying.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, bro,
what the hell? I'm sorry, my dress doesn't go down to my knees.
I'm like, this shit is
that's never been my experience.
Crazy.
It was just.
And I know others have had that experience because I speak with a group of girls and they talk about church hurry and how they, it took them a minute to get back into going to church because they didn't go for it.
Church has a way of really suppressing a woman's femininity, like your whole womanhood. You are taught really just not to be yourself. Like I hate like like your sensuality, like just moving and not necessarily sexy, but just sensual. That is like. Tap down, like don't do those things. Don't be a woman. Don't. It's like come in here like a nun and be chosen.
PJ Morton Jr.
Yeah,
the dad. I think. Yeah, the dad.
He died.
Yeah. Damn. So the junior, he plays piano very well. He was actually in Maroon 5, but anyway, he did gospel music, but he also makes love songs, right? And so when he was on the Terrell show, he asked him like, what made you tap into that? He was like, okay, so in the church, like, hey, you got to make all these gospel songs, whatever, but nobody says the steps to get to that. Like, what was involved? You had to fall in love, right? You had to date and do all these things, right? Why is nobody talking about that to get to marriage? And he was like, I wanted to tap into that. And I just was like, yeah, because all his music is about like his latest music is about love and relationships and stuff. Yeah. It's like you had to, he's not rapping like, hey, in the trap and with my bitch and stuff like that. But, he's really talking about love and like the trials and tribulations in a relationship. And it's like, you had to get to that point, right? I feel like that's okay. Like, that's okay to sing about that or whatever. But
absolutely.
Is he not, is his music not being accepted by the church?
Probably not. I don't think he said that specifically, but probably not.
Yeah, no.
Like I said, then he was part of a band, Maroon 5. Like,
First of all, when
Maroon 5
Mary
talk
was
about a lot of
and
things.
Erica was out there singing "It's the God in Me" and
Mhm.
threw a rap beat on it, they had a problem with that, and I'm like,
She's just trying to get to the people, baby. That's all she's trying to do. Because at first you be like, "Ooh, what am I listening to? What am I saying?" You know what I mean? Like it grabs your attention. That is what you are supposed. I'm not even about to get into this because Bishop Bean is gonna just take a back seat.
all right, guys.
That's what my
That's it, not
family
today.
gave me a nickname of Bishop Bean. So Bishop Bean will take a back seat
Not
because
today, guys.
it is ridiculous.
That's
We can
what
go
I'm doing
on and on and on about the foolery that is happening around this topic, but we won't. We will spare you guys, okay? We will spare you, but because it's crazy. Just give me my relationship and my business, and then I'm gonna roll with it. I'm be cool.
it was the turn into your neighbor.
High five!
Keisha.
Tell your neighbor.
Like
how many times I'm gonna tell our neighbor today?
and then when I just started protesting, and I was like, I'm not talking to nobody else. He's like, I'm not moving on to see everybody. And I'm like, bitch, we're not moving on. 'Cause I'm not doing. I'm sick of turning to my neighbor, holding your hand,
Telling them
hugging
this.
you. I don't want to do that.
Tell your neighbor
Like,
I
just
said,
don't-
oh.
Like COVID probably was the best thing that could have happened to the type of churches like that. Like, I get that you want to go for fellowship, but everybody don't want to be touched. Like, just don't do it. Okay? Put a section for touchers. Because it shit will get like to me too. Turn to your neighbor. I'm like, bro, I barely made it here this morning. I don't want to turn to my neighbor. I just want to get the word and I want to go.
Get the word.
That's it. That's all I want to do. Fill my cup and leave. I've poured in enough. I don't want to talk to anybody else.
That is how they be, though.
I was wishing for virtual before virtual became a thing.
Oh yeah, I go to church faithfully online, baby. You can't tell
I
me.
even went to the point of Googling introverted churches. Like, just let me come in, get a song, 2 songs and the word for 30 minutes.
You don't want a whole concert?
No.
I live for the concert, baby.
I do like it. I do like it.
I
I think I
live
just
for it.
so into music and
I
whatever.
I like music.
And it really, that's what really
That
Yes,
ministers
honestly,
me.
that
I love
ministers.
music.
Music does minister.
But I
to me.
know that after the music, we still gotta get the
Oh
word.
yeah. That's
Now,
just
if
the
you
beginning.
let the
That's
spirit
just the beginning.
run, and then you say, you know what, the spirit led us into an hour. I'm gonna talk for 20 minutes.
My
That's not what
preacher
they
did
do. They go.
They still do that.
Yeah, I'm getting my
They just
hour.
got the whole
churches.
service.
The service got its hour, bitch. We still got a time after that. I'm like, bro, at this point, we're 4 hours in.
I can say
They
the
did their
church
whole
that I went
service.
to
I'm
did
talking
not
about it.
do
No matter
that.
how long that concert went on.
The church that I went to did not do that. He would not, if it like was really excessive, he would be like, you know what? And there it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he would pray and we would leave. We would
Oh, that's
not
really
do
good.
all of that. Mm-mm.
Well, I didn't have it.
That was that's the whole point. It was the anxiety of knowing
haven't
that you still got to
experienced
come up here after this, and we literally just spent a whole hour. Like it's different.
Like-
it's different when it's after
Ooh,
church.
I'm
like
good now.
he do the word, and then they sing a song, and then people get the spirit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, because I can kind of dodge out of that thing while
Yeah.
y'all still.
You can leave anyway.
No, that's
Well,
rude.
no,
that's
you
rude.
can't leave.
What is
all
this?
the time.
No,
Ah!
that's rude. That's rude.
What is the finger for?
Ashley,
What is it? If you mean to tell me if we spent the whole hour, through the music, and then you got to preach, and then you got to go to work? I'm supposed to sit there. I got to go to work. Work.
Ashley, what's the finger for?
You crazy as hell.
Like you get it. Like
Oh, pass. I ain't gonna like
That's what the thing I learned. I just learned.
They're like,
what
oh,
the
yeah, you
fingers
can be
no,
a
do.
I know what the finger's for.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about
Yeah,
the finger.
nobody
Like
care about
you
that.
think it softens the blow if you leave it.
My job don't care nothing about me praising God before I get here.
And
You gonna
then
put my
our
finger
church used to start at like 11 o'clock.
Oh Lord.
Which was not bad because it's like you can still go out, come in at 3, get some sleep, and still make church. And I appreciate that.
What was the early morning service?
That was the only service.
Oh.
It was
okay.
11, and then he started doing really well when we were out by 1. So I was like, I can give you 11 to 1. It's
Yeah.
good timing. Then he was like, we're moving up. So I said, okay.
To 10, right?
I thought 10.
Keisha's not an
I
early
thought
person.
10 was good, but he moved it up to 9.
Mm.
Which means, and I taught Sunday school, which means I had to be in Sunday school at 8.
Yeah.
Which means I had to get out of my bed at 6:30 on a Sunday.
Sunday.
And I'm like, bro, when do you rest? This shit never ends. And then I'm already tired, especially like I'm like my only day to sleep in is like Friday night, Saturday morning. If I got shit going on, and then I'm making an effort coming, and then I'm a bit up since 6:30. And now you want me to turn to my neighbor and talk to you for the next? I don't want to talk to you. That. I didn't even want to get up. Whole weekend.
Find somebody else to do it, because guess what? I ain't gonna.
So that was
and I have deemed Sundays recently rest day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I try not. If I can avoid it, if it's not like an important event, I try to avoid planning things on Sunday, like brunch, whatever. I try to avoid it. Now, if you hit me up on Sunday and I feel like it, that's a different thing. But like planning out something on Sunday.
Oh, you don't even do brunch on Sundays?
I will, but to plan it out on Sunday, I don't.
She said if she just wake up and I feel like brunching, then somebody hit me up. Yeah. But like,
I prefer not to plan anything on my Sunday because I prefer that to be my rest day.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't always happen that way, but I really try to reserve Sundays for me.
I just look at it as like I want
rest
that day to be
whatever I want to do. Yes. Yeah.
Sunday is heavy.
And if I do something, it needs to be earlier during, like not early morning, but. I can sleep in. I don't really sleep in, y'all, but I just can rest in my bed. And then I don't want to be out late.
Yeah.
Getting ready for my Monday. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It'd be 2:00 sometimes I get in bed.
On Sunday? What are you doing on Sunday?
I don't know. I'm about to say I don't know.
She said working and cleaning buildings. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh,
cleaning buildings? Yeah. Okay, so Sunday I don't. So for me, Friday nights. Saturday morning. No, just Friday nights are usually off.
Chill moments.
Yeah. That's wild too.
And that's after you get off work. So
right, it ain't like you was off all Friday.
Yeah.
No,
it's just become a way of life.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, I've gotten used to it. It's become a routine. I don't plan on doing that forever.
Okay.
Because there was a time where I was getting 2 hours of sleep and doing all of this. So yeah. So when I say I don't play by my sleep, I don't play by my sleep. Cause yeah. So I'm constantly going, but I have moments where I'm able to rest. I'm not doing nothing for this little set of hours. But
I just really need that time to decompress. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like it's not even about sleep. Like if I fall asleep,
that's what I'm saying. It ain't even
like
about
it's
sleep
like
for me,
really
relaxing.
It's really about me. Like if I want to make candles, if I want to watch Netflix all day,
I want to do what I want to do. I want to spend time with myself and do what Chances want to do.
I don't even want to have an obligation to anybody. Like the most I may do, which is on Sundays, go to my parents' house. Like I go maybe 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever. But after that, like I would have went at 2. Left by 4.
Now, see, don't get it wrong. I have my time. My time is the gym. So, and it's funny because I kept telling my people, y'all, we keep showing up, but we still big. This right here is therapy.
Going on.
No, this is therapy. We just enjoy.
Somebody's lying.
It's like because we come and we working out, but we come to see each other and to laugh. Yeah. And I'm like, y'all, we might want to actually work out and be good because. We keep showing up at the same people.
So we might as
we the same.
We might take a little more seriously.
And I'm like, we're not doing a good reflection on our trainer because like he's only half of it. We got to do the rest of the work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody doing that.
And everybody was
like,
buzzing out
going out to eat. Like not like extravagant. Like I don't want your birthday dinner on a Sunday. But like if it was like me and somebody,
let's
like
go grab a bite.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody hit me up like, you doing? I could probably go out.
Yeah.
If I feel like it. And most of the time I'm okay with that. I'm not going to say, nah. Well, sometimes. But that's rare. But if you hit me up on a day, I'm like, okay, cool. But I don't like to be obligated. I don't like to wake up and on Sunday like, shit, I got to go to this damn thing. Now, on a day when I'm chilling, I get ready in a couple hours and we meet up.
It's just I don't know, lately, and I know we run out of time, but lately, it's just the thought of getting dressed and leaving. Like my client said, she said, I don't know what's wrong with me. I really want to go, but it's just the thought of getting up, getting dressed, and getting there. Yeah. It's stressing me out. And I was like, girl, I can relate. Like, I don't even know what to tell you because I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know if it's something in the atmosphere or if it was something inside of me. But to know somebody else felt that way too, I was like, okay, I'm not alone because I'm like, Keisha, what the fuck is happening here? But it's just like
you was going through that real heavy December.
Oh, but you know what? That's usually my time.
That was Keisha was real. I was like, Keisha, what the fuck?
So do we?
She wasn't ready. Like Keisha always is on time, y'all. She wasn't ready. She was just wearing whatever. I said,
I was.
What the hell is going on?
Is that seasonal diversion?
I try not to label it that because I really didn't
Mm.
want to identify it as that, but
I
I'm
feel you.
I'm starting to think that it is. Yeah, I'm starting to think that it is.
My December wasn't that bad this year.
Mine wasn't that bad. Well, let me rephrase
My
that.
December
I didn't
wasn't
think
bad.
emotionally it
It
was
wasn't
that
bad,
bad
though.
because I was so busy. I didn't have time to think about it.
I think that's usually what happens in my Decembers.
Oh,
Yeah, I know so many Sagittarius and their birthdays, and they be serious. Sagittarius be serious about their birthdays.
They do.
And I have so many birthday events, just holiday events, and then it's
yeah.
and I don't have time to rest in December. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even spend time with my grandma like that. Like I couldn't even make her drinks like I wanted to in December because it was just so much. But
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I felt like because I was so busy, I didn't have time to be very emotional,
mhm.
and I thought that was working. But
I think that's what happened this year for sure.
yeah, and I was like, but I
Super
still
busy.
think it showed up in ways of me like I literally dreaded going places.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Even stuff she initiated.
Yeah.
Like initially like, oh, I want to do this for the holidays. And then like
it was yeah. I said
We still going? Damn.
Yeah.
We didn't care.
I saw Shakespeare and Raven going to fantasy and like they showed I wasn't even dressed. I was like, I've been trying
mind
to
you,
get
she
myself
kept
together.
sending us reminders. Like we kept forgetting to get tickets and shit. Everybody's ready. Like she would not get off us with this fucking fantasy and like on the day of this heifer was chilling with the fucking blanket on, just hair whatever. I said, I thought I was pushing it getting here this time, and you're not even. What the hell is going on?
It took everything you needed.
What's going on, Keisha? We should be leaving now, right?
Oh, I gotta look into that. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
super
that was
sus.
different. I
Okay.
haven't seen that.
Okay.
that
Well, you
Keisha
guys,
did.
I'm gonna look into that and let you know how that comes out. But in the meantime, check us out on Instagram, the YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, the TikTok, and listen to us on Apple, Spotify, and all of your podcast streaming. Until the next time, people, be good, stay blessed.
Hey.
Amen. Hey. Did I hit the thing? Oh, shit,
I don't
did.
know.
So.